الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله تبارك وتعالى عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والفجر وليال عشر والشفع والوتر والليل إذا يسري هل في ذلك قسم لذي حجر وقال تبارك وتعالى الحج أشهر معلومات وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم الحج على عرفة أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمد وبارك وسلم اللهم صل على سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمد وبارك وسلم اللهم صل على سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمد وبارك وسلم بلغ العلا بكماله كشف الدجى بجماله حسنت جميع خصاله صلوا عليه وآله أما بعد رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي رب زدني علما سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وصلى الله على النبي الكريم. My dear respected elders and brothers and other elders listening from home, sisters and mothers listening from home, and our fellow students and worshippers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, English. First I'll speak in Bengali for our elders and then I'll switch to English inshallah. Alhamdulillah, Amra Zilqada ma Sheshuya School of Foila Zilhijjah. Today is the first of Zilhijjah, the last month of the Islamic calendar. Askuilo Protom Zilhijjah, Foila Zilhijjah, Mashur Protom Tariq, Foila Tariq, Alhamdulillah, according to the moon sighting of Saudi Arabia, after a announcement delay, so in the school of Foila Tariq. So Trado Amra follow, we follow them. So Askuilo Foila Zilhijjah, at Eid Kub Gurutofuna Dostin, Suavor Dostin, the wonderful 10 days, Eid Dostin, Nomaz, Ruza, Hod, Zakat, Zak Kurbani, Zaki Suase, Shokisu, or Dostino Horar Mudon Suave. Eid Ishtino Dostino Kosum Allah Talaka, Surah Fajr, Wal Fajri Walayal in Ash. The Fozoran Nomazor Kosum, Fozora Shomal Kosum, Ebon Idor Dinor Fozoror Kosum. Muzdalifar dinar fazurur khusum, Arafat dinar fazurur khusum. All the qasams are included in this. Well, Fajr. Fajr is the morning prayer, early morning prayer. The first prayer is called Fajr. And Fajr means dawn. Allah Ta'ala is taking an oath, Allah Ta'ala khusum hara to explain the importance of these 10 days. And anything that we do in the early morning, in our Islamic tradition, we believe our Prophet ﷺ told us that even in English there's a saying that early to bed, early to rise makes a man skillful and wise. Something like this, there's a famous saying. So Amrad Mani Zoldi Zudi Gumaizain Zoldi Utoin, determines the Borkot. And Prophet said that the barakah and the blessing of this ummah is kept in the morning, early in the morning. That's why in the villages back home, abroad, etc., all the kids are awake after Fajr. I was once in Subar Sarhad area of Pakistan, and all the kids, they're like chai, chai, chai after Fajr. They're shouting with their cups, sado, 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 because it's early in the morning. All the shops are open early in the morning in the villages, and the day starts long before our day starts. Like, we sleep late, we wake up late, we go to work late, we do everything late. They do everything on time, and even before time. That's why they're more healthier, they're more wealthier, they're more happy. Tara rukushi, atara maze borkot rukushi. So Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam rukushi the shokhaler borkot, shokhaler kham, shokhaler khulta maze borkot. Al fozor bori odi kham aram bokhoro ita rukushi borkot. So Surah Fajr moddhe Allah Taala fozora shomaro khosam haisoy, fozora namazoro khosam haisoy, jehetu ku guruttopurno namaz ekta আর জিলহজ মাসের পয়লা তারিখের আজকুর ফজরের খসম হইছে আর মাশাআল্লাহ এই আফটারনুনে দুইটা জুমা আছে we have 2 Fridays this year in this Zilhijjah after so many years. We have today Friday and we have next Friday as well. And after next Friday is Saturday, which will be the day of Arafah, when all the Hajjis and pilgrims they gather over there, and that's the actual pilgrimage. And if they're able to get there on that day, just before the sunset, then they've achieved their Hajj, they've done their actual pilgrimage. They gather together over there. So, Badr Din Sunday, the following day is Sunday on the 16th. That's our Eid day. For them, it won't be Eid day. For them, it will be sacrifice day. For us, it will be Eid day, and also sacrifice day as well. Amra sacrifice khurmu, qurbani khurmu. La yanal Allah luhumuha wala dima'uha walakin yanaluhu taqwa minkum. Shobche afnar swabur zinish, shobche rewardable zinish. Sacrifice, qurbani. Zekharon qurbani busala ke sabose na amra taqwa lo ke sabose. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala khun wal fajri wa layalin ashr. Fazorun namazur kosam, fazorun shomer kosam. Zilhaj মাসের প্রথম ফজরের কসম, ঈদের দিনের ফজরের কসম, মুজদালিফার দিনের ফজরের কসম, আরাফার দিনের ফজরের কসম. All these oaths. Why does Allah or God take oath? Does he need to take oath? He's our creator, he's our khaliq, he's our master, he's our everything. Why does he need to take oath to convince people? So the commentators have said that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes an oath, then whatever is coming after the oath, after the qasam, is to emphasize the importance, of the message coming after. Allah Ta'ala khosman lagi khain je khosmar bade je khota khoira. Itar importance আর গুরুত্ব বুঝাইবার লাগি, ইটার ফজিলত আর ভার্চু বুঝাইবার লাগি, ইটার রিওয়ার্ড বুঝাইবার লাগি, ইটার সিগনিফিকেন্স বুঝাইবার লাগি, নাইনি ইটার আজমত বুঝাইবার লাগি আল্লাহ তাআলা কসম খায়. In various places all over the Quran আল্লাহ তাআলা কসম খাইছেন. নুন ওয়াল কলমি ওয়া মা ইয়াসতুরুন. নবী সাল্লাল্লাহু আলাইহি ওয়াসাল্লামের নাম লইয়া কসম খাইছেন. কারণ নবী সাল্লাল্লাহু আলাইহি ওয়াসাল্লাম জায়গা হলতার আসল আখিরি নবী. এইভাবে ওয়াল ফজরি ওয়া লায়ালিন আশর والتين والزيتون يمكسم هيسون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين مكة مدينة قسم هيسون أي باب فزرار قسم هيرا الخيرا أيام التشريق أو دوشتينو قسم هيرا عرفة قسم هيرا مزدلفة قسم هيرا زيتو يتقول الله تعالى سعيد وخل سيمبل وخل يقول خل زينيشر بركوتو زينيشر قسم هيرا خارون أستاد بصر زودي عمرات زين তে ইটা জিনিস দেখবা বরকত জিনিস দেখবা দোয়া কবুল হইব সওয়াব হইব বাট হজের সময় আরাফা লাইভ ইজ নাইনি for example something is recorded, that's not live, that's recorded, that has a different kind of feeling. But something is live, for example right now, then that's a totally different feeling. So all those holy places over there, Arafah, Muzdalifah, the Kaaba, Makkah, Medina, etc., all year round when people go for Umrah and other type of minor Hajj, Umrah, etc., or visiting or holiday or honeymoon or whatever, nowadays 5-star hotels and Wi-Fi and everything there, all the comfort and luxury is there. Back in the days, it was very hard and difficult. It used to take 6 months to get there, 6 months to come back, and people used to pass away, on the way or back or before approaching, etc., etc. So everything is live now. These 10 days, every action live بخل بركات رحمت مغفرت هدایت الله تعالی خوشنودی الله تعالی خوشی الله تعالی سنتوشتی حقوق تاخون نازل زیبو عرفات دین شیطان ناراض زیبو الله رسول فرشته مسلمان حجی خل خوشی زیبا ترى خل گناه تا معفو زیبو on the day of Arafah, because of the holiness over there of that day and that place, and the final sermon, in most of the mosques, even our mosque, is to have it displayed, the final sermon of the Prophet ﷺ, and that's going to happen on Arafah day. Maybe the king or someone will announce, will give the khutbah, or one of the imams over there will give the khutbah, and is available on Google and everything and everywhere. A very nice sermon. Is even in the White House, as you enter the White House in America, that khutbah, that sermon, the final sermon is displayed over there. Why? Because it's all beautiful. It talks about human rights, it talks about women's rights, it talks about men's rights, it talks about children's rights, it talks about rights of everyone, rights of the creation, respect, adab, akhlaq, manners, politeness, peace, tranquility, and it talks about, all the things that Prophet ﷺ prohibited on that day, and all the things he allowed on that day. The door of racism was closed on that day. The doors of nationalism was closed on that day forever and ever. So all the evil was closed. All the doors to evil and negativeness was closed, and all the doors of positivity, was open till the day of judgment. So that particular khutbah is very important for every faith, for everyone, for every person, for every human being to go through it and understand it and act according to it, because anything known as any kind of human charter, or for example Geneva Convention, human charter or rule regulation or human rights or anything, the best of it all is all there. That's why they recognize it. It's all there, it's displayed. We never told them to display it. They've displayed it themselves. You can check it on Google and YouTube. It's all over there. Why? Because they recognize. A person called Michael Hart or something, if I'm not mistaken, has written a book, 100 Influential People. And out of the 100 influential people, he includes other leaders of other faiths as well. But the first person he mentioned is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the second person mentioned in that book is the second Khalifa of Islam, the deputy of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the second deputy of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam after they passed away, is Umar bin Khattab radhiyallahu ta'ala. So that's quite interesting as well. Again, we never told them to mention them in their books. They decided to mention them in their books. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Wal Fajri, by the token and oath of the time of Fajr, the prayer of the Fajr, early dawn prayer, early morning prayer, by the time and token of these 10 days, by the time and token of Arafah and Muzdalifah, Fajr of that time as well, walayalin ashr, and by the custom and time and token of these 10 days and 10 nights. Normally, the best 10 nights are the 10 nights of Ramadan, the last final 10 nights of Ramadan, because there's a night there called Laylatul Qadr, which is better and more rewardable than 1,000 months. After Raitor dig dia, Shopja Afzul Rait Lo Ramzanor, Akhiri Dosh Rait. But dinor dig dia, according to the days, dinor dig dia, Askuta Kiluya, Eat for Zuntos, Diloj or Doshtin Milot, Shopja virtuous, Shopja rewardable. So, throughout the whole year, the nights, the most virtuous and rewardable nights are the last 10 nights of Ramadan, because he has a night there by the name of Laylatul Qadr, Shab Qadr, which is much better than 1,000 months. But from the days throughout the whole year, from today till Eid Day till 16th will be the most virtuous days. Whoever keeps a fast from today, especially Mondays and Thursdays, of course on Arafah Day as well. Whoever keeps a fast on Arafah Day, Rosa fast on Arafah Day, 2 years sins will be forgiven. One previous year, 1 year previous sins will be forgiven, and a future 1 year coming future year will be forgiven. So and apart from that, that's the most virtuous day. If we try, mashallah, Muslims all over the world try to keep that day's fast as well. So it's going to be a long day, but it's worth it, it's rewardable, it's virtuous. And these 10 days we're supposed to imitate as much as we can the Hajjis and the pilgrims over there. Of course we couldn't go there. That's the type of imitation as well. Dua durud, istighfar, tahajjud, qiyamul layl, muzaraha, qurbani, sadaqah khairat, donation, etc., helping the poor, needy, etc. Imitation. To the extent that the Prophet ﷺ said that if anybody has enough money and enough savings to give, zakat and sadaqah khairat, then on him is also wajib to give qurbani and sacrifice an animal and give it to the poor. Our qurbani dua will wajib. जुदी खे कुर्बानी करता साइन तो तरह लगी सुन्नत ही लोग गया आदाब और एटिकेट सुन्नत ही लोग गया तो साइन नोक खाता खाती आगे से छोड़ लेता आस्कु शेष हमको गोतखाई राइता के शेष छोड़ लेता सुल खाता खाती आगे तक के शेष छोड़ लेता गुस्ल करा आगे तक के शेष छोड़ लेता if anybody wants to give kurbani and sacrifice with all the conditions, so basically if zakat 2.5% of his savings, if that's wajib on him, if he has enough savings, etc., or enough gold and silver, then only him or her, male and female, they should give kurbani. Kurbani is wajib. Igula takhana the kurbani wajib na khazudina full kurbani it assign they can give optional kurbani. But if they have these conditions there, then they have to give the wajib compulsory kurbani and give it to the poor. So if anyone has intention of kurbani, then it's rewardable for them. It's an etiquette. It's not compulsory. We don't need to be worried. It's just an etiquette and adab and akhlaq. It's like a thanksgiving to Allah Ta'ala, like a shukr to Allah Ta'ala. Allah is a shukriyada for. Before the 10 days start, we should cut our nails, we should cut our hair, have a bath, and be fresh and neat and tidy, psychologically, emotionally, practically, physically and everything, atar lagani and everything, get ready for Eid and Qurbani these 10 days. Of course, if someone's too busy, they can't do it before them 10 days, then they can, of course, cut the nails. If they need to cut the nails, then by all means, they can have a bath, there's no problem. But those who are doing Qurbani and they've got the time and the health and wealth to make preparation beforehand and get all the other brownie points as well, as in Suwab and reward and Ajr, all the Nafal, all the optional things as well, then for them is advisable and Sunnah and Mustahab that before the 10 days start, they should cut their hair, they should have a ghusl, they should stay like this, till Eid day. Wala takhta, idodin for Zonto, Qurbani for Zonto. Is it possible, or if it's possible? Some people make a big issue out of this, that you have to cut your nails, you have to cut your hair. It's not farz or compulsory, And if you're not able to, then you don't have to. If you are able to, follow these kind of etiquettes and adab, akhlaq and maslas and methodology of Prophet ﷺ, then that option is there. So, وَالْفَجْرِ وَلَيَالٍ عَشْرٍ, Allah Ta'ala took oath of Fajr, Allah Ta'ala took oath of these 10 nights and 10 days. وَلَيَالٍ عَشْرٍ, the word layalin has 2 kasra, 2 zer, and ashrin also has 2 kasra. And according to the Arabic grammar, if these kind of words have kasratain, 2 kasra, 2 zer, it explains the beauty and the reward and the virtue and the significance and importance of these 10 nights. So these 10 days and 10 nights, we should treat them more than Ramadan. The best 10 days throughout the whole year are these 10 days which we are facing. Alhamdulillah, Allah Ta'ala kept us alive to see these 10 days. Otherwise, so many people and elders were here last year, they've gone. Khuto Murubbi Khalasla, Tara Gesongi, Tara Dostin Faitana, Allah Abdara Hozor Mosumabar Disoin, Ashur Hurum Disoin, the sacred 4 months, and the second to last of the sacred 4 months is Zil Hijjah, and then the new calendar of the Islamic year will be Muharram. That's also a holy month as well. So last month was also a holy month as well. So these 3 months are very special, very holy. Zil Qada, Zil Hijjah we are in now, and then next month Muharram, these months are together. And Muharram is the first month of the Islamic calendar. Zil Hijjah this month is the last Islamic month of the Islamic calendar, and then it's going to be 1446.
26.
Huh?
1426.
1426. Hijrah.
46, yeah.
46, yes. 1446. Now it's 1445 finishing. That's the calendar, because our calendar starts after the Prophet ﷺ migrated to Medina. So the Hijratar yo is able to give after 1446 after Ashamner Masho. They were 30 solar mashallah 1445. So this is how old Islam is basically. 1445 to 46 years old. But then again, Prophet Adam, we all believe, Muslims, Christians, the Jews, everyone, we all believe that the first man on earth, hopefully we all believe that the first man on earth is Adam alayhi salam, Prophet Adam alayhi salam, the first prophet and the first human, and the first husband is also Adam alayhi salam. So according to our understanding of Islam, he's always been Islam. Because Islam teaches peace, Islam teaches tranquility, Islam teaches respect, Islam teaches adab, Islam teaches akhlaq, Islam teaches to obey God, to worship God, to believe in God, etc., etc. So that's what all the prophets came with the same message. All the prophets came and said, La ilaha illallah. Qulu la ilaha illallah. Say la ilaha illallah. All the prophets, including Jesus, including Moses, Sulaiman, Solomon, etc., David, Dawood, Musa, Moses, Isa, Jesus, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and all in between, Ibrahim, Abraham, alayhi salatu wasalam, next week and all these 10 days we'll be mentioning, bits and pieces, alaykum salam, with Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. If you don't mind, if Brother Hazik, if he's here, and Brother Sharif, we have two, actually I forgot to mention this, we have two police officers guests here today, and they're going to listen to the khutbah today. And Brother Sharif is requested to meet them, please, straight after, or even now, if you don't mind, if you can sit with them and talk to them. Brother Hazik, if he comes here, and also our police officer, our Muslim police officer, Brother Paul, that comes. I don't see him today, but if he comes, or if anyone has the number, if you can also invite him, and they can have a chat with the police officers as well. Inshallah, it'll be very nice. I've also mentioned regarding our Brother Sharif's stall that he has end of every month in the town center. If he can elaborate on this as well, I've given them some books and leaflets as well. So if you brothers, I've mentioned their names, please don't mind me mentioning their names like that openly in public. But inshallah, if you can meet those brothers and talk to them, it'll be very helpful, very nice, inshallah. It'll be dawah as well, inshallah. So tarafa yuzunz bi taraloge kisuko shofarta and kubalogo. So Sinda Warbana Tarai Emno they've come to, the mosque is open, madrasa is open. I keep on mentioning this incident in Bangladesh a long time ago, that they were looking for something to blame terrorism on the Muslims. So they went into a madrasa, they went into a kitchen, and they got the cutlery and everything, and they took it to the police station, and they said, all we found is this cutlery, said, and that's about it. So they couldn't find nothing else. So obviously you need something to cut your onions, you can't take that away from it. You need to something to cook as well. So we don't carry anything with us. We don't believe in doing that. Anything harmful. Even the qurbani. Talking about qurbani and sacrifice. There's a way to do the sacrifice. There's a way to sacrifice the animal. Islam teaches us that one animal can't see the other animal. We have to blindfold the animal so it doesn't get scared. It taught us not. We're supposed to blindfold it. First of all, we're supposed to, look after the animal, feed the animal, make friendship with the animal, create love with the animal, and fatten the animal. In fact, the Prophet ﷺ says, "Samminu duhayakum fa'innahu ala sirati matayakum." The Turar Kurbani yore mutafaro zati kiamatul itarufe suwari jannat raisero. अपने कुर्बानी के जानवर को मोटा करो, तरोताजा करो, मोहब्बत पैदा करो, हेल्थी वेल्थी बनाओ उसको, ताकि क़यामत के दिन उसी पर सवार होके जन्नत में जा सके. Fatten your animal, look after your animal, prepare your animal, so that on the day of judgment you can ride on it and go to Jannah and paradise. So one of the things is to blindfold the animal, so it doesn't get scared by looking at the other animal. Because if he looks at his other colleague being sacrificed and slaughtered, he's going to get scared and run away. So one etiquette is to blindfold it. Another etiquette is to use a sharp knife, not a blunt knife. If you use a blunt knife, it's going to be very painful. And it's going to take ages. If you use a sharp knife, then it's going to be quick, less painful, and more human. And I don't know why some people make an issue out of this as well, because what does McDonald's do when they give you chicken and everything? They have to slaughter the animals as well. They can't give you the whole lamb and chicken and the whole animal. Go and take it. This is from KFC or McDonald's. They have to slaughter as well. So them slaughtering the animals, us slaughtering the animals is the same thing. The only difference is that for us is worship these 10 days, and we give it to the poor. We don't waste the meat. We don't waste anything. We give it to the poor and the needy. And the poor and the needy need it. In our tradition, in our teaching, we also have this as well, that if all the rich people, Muslim and non-Muslim, everyone, if all the rich people gave their help the poor, as in donation, charity work, zakat, sadaqah, khairat, billah, all these kind of things, qurbani, sacrifice, there will be no poverty left in this world. People dying out of malnutrition, poverty issues, joblessness, unemployment, etc. These things won't exist anymore. At least they'll get their share here. All these millionaires and billionaires, if they give a little bit of, their share to the poor and needy all over the world, then we don't have this problem all over the world. But because people are not paying the zakat on time, sadaqah, kharat, qurbani, etc., helping the poor, we have all these things going on all over the world. So, one of the pillars of Islam is Hajj. The fifth pillar of Islam is Hajj. Another pillar is zakat, donation, helping the poor and the needy. Another pillar is Sawm and fasting. Another pillar is Salat, 5-time prayers. Okay. Another pillar is Shahada. And we spoke about very briefly with the police officers today. We spoke about Shahada as well. you know, if anyone wants to come into Islam, they have to say La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, and they, you know, log into Islam just like we log into our computers and log into our salah. So inshallah, I'll leave it till there for today. Allah Ta'ala give us the tawfiq as much as we can do. Our